Emilie Kiser is still under fire after she makes a statement explaining the controversy that has been unfolding for honestly over a month now, with her youngest son on a boat in a different country, not wearing a life jacket. If you have no idea what is going on, I'm going to give a quick breakdown. Emilie and her husband vacationed, and shortly after, it came to light that her and her husband and their youngest child were on a boat in a foreign country without him wearing a life jacket. In addition to this, the other children on this boat were not wearing life jackets, and there was alcohol that was seen on this particular boat, and their youngest son was also wearing very, very light swimming colors such as white and light blue. Once fans saw this video, they were immediately calling it out and saying, what the hell is this? Since Emilie's 3-year-old son passed away last year to a drowning incident, a lot of people are going to be looking at this woman through a fine-tooth comb and calling out whatever they see as concerning. At first, many people were defending Emilie and her husband, saying like, you need to leave this woman alone. And it really felt like with the more time that passed, the more momentum and the more information people started to unfold, and the tables turn. This is the photo that a lot of people have screenshot from that boat trip. Now you can see her husband sitting here, her youngest son sitting on his lap with a very white colored hat and then a white shirt of some sort. This is also where a lot of her fans were defending her and saying, this is just a white life jacket. I'm obviously not going to show any of the other children or anything, but this arm here is actually another little boy on the boat. I haven't seen a lot of people say this, but also the other children on this boat were not wearing life jackets. And you might say, well, that's up to their parents. Well, this child's about 3 or 4 years old. And I would just think that if you had gone through a really tragic loss, the people that you would surround yourself, you would hope would respect those wishes as well and make sure that they're taking the safety and precautions needed for young children on a boat in a foreign country. Anyways, because of the backlash, Emilie has finally come out with a statement, and people are still not happy with this. The statement reads that her child should have been in a life jacket. So it really confirmed that what people saw could not be debunked. Okay. Her child was on this boat without a life jacket. It wasn't just a white, life jacket that he was wearing. That was his swim shirt. He was not wearing a life jacket. She goes on to say he should have been in this life jacket the entirety of the boat ride, not even for a few moments that he was out of it. We are painfully aware that in a matter of seconds, your life can be changed and we should have done better. Now, I am going to kind of dissect this because this is what people are saying and this is how people are seeing this. People are very upset with that first kind of paragraph because she says that her child was only out of the life jacket for moments. But the coincidence that it would be captured on these videos and on these pictures that people have screenshotted just seems like a pretty big coincidence. A lot of people are still speculating they believe these children likely did not have these life jackets on at all, or maybe just a very short period of time. Now, in the second paragraph, this is also where people are pushing back because she says, we recognize and appreciate the genuine care that people have for our children. There has also been a deep level of anger and hurt directed towards our family, and we understand the basis of those feelings as well. Now, people felt like this was coming off kind of aggressive, like she's pissed off that she has to even make a statement, which honestly, after about a month, I'm shocked she did. And we'll get into that in a minute. She goes on to say it comes from the belief that Trigg should still be here, and we share that same belief more than can be expressed. He was only 3 years old and should have lived a lifetime more. That reality lives with us every moment of every single day. Now, again, people are upset by this because they're like, well, it didn't live with you in those moments. It didn't live with you on the moments on the boat. And lastly, she concludes, we will continue to do better, advocate for better, and as hard as we try to avoid them, still make mistakes. We can only promise that we will never stop learning from them and continue loving our children with everything we have. So that last paragraph is really triggering some people because they are also saying that Emilie was coming on the internet saying that she wanted to be a drowning advocate and has shared multiple screenshots and things on her IG and TikTok where she shares the colors that you should not wear, how you can be safer out on the water. And they just felt like this was like completely the opposite. Like, how are you going to be an advocate and then not do the very things you're supposed to be advocating for? In addition, the entire statement has triggered so many because she only posts these types of heavy weighted responses on her stories. So she did not post this on her public profile where it could be pinned, where somebody could see it. It is on a disappearing story on both IG and TikTok. Now, many people are also saying this feels like a PR move. It's been a month that she hasn't made a statement. It seems like it collected enough backlash and, anger and has built this momentum where they felt like they had to make a statement. People feel like this is a here damn statement where it doesn't feel like it's very sentimental at all. And this is the real kicker. People feel like if Emilie had been responding to these concerns very early on, this would be a totally different outcome. But when people began calling this out, Emilie did the exact same thing she did when people were trying to express their concerns about the pool fence. She began blocking, deleting, and just removing anything that had to do with these deep concerns. Again, for an audience who followed her through all of this, it really triggered them and reminded them of how she treated her fan base when they were expressing that they needed to get a pool fence on her pool. She would delete and block all of those comments as well. A lot of people are coming forward and saying, if she didn't start blocking people, I don't think I would have the same feelings I do now. And a lot of her fan base has shifted and has changed their mindset on the entire situation. Anyway, I want to hear what you guys think down in the comments.